Everybody doing? Welcome to the shit guys talk about. I got my man Jesse in the building. Welcome back.
What's up?
Got
What's up,
Phil in
guys?
the building. What's good, Phil? We got
What's good?
CLS down there. What's good, CLS?
What's up?
So before we jump in these topics, man, how's everybody doing?
Straight.
The Eagles
Fantastic.
lost, so I'm cooling, bro. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Listen, what team do you
So
like
you said the
again?
Eagles lost. How can you ain't mention the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah,
I'm a
Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Why are you biased?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
We're
that's
still
fair. That's
number
fair.
2, but I'm happy the Eagles lost because now we back to number 2, so we good.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay.
Phil.
Jesse,
Yeah.
any takes on Dallas Cowboys? How did you feel about that?
Man, it was ugly as shit. I was hurting on the inside watching that game. But hey, Bill showed up. I give credit to their defense, but man, glad the Eagles
Bills
lost too. So
annihilated y'all, man. So
yeah,
y'all
they
still
put
comfortable with the
that
Super
work
Bowl?
in.
Y'all still got Super Bowl aspirations, or y'all?
I'm going to
Absolutely.
say
Oh, yeah, so they're 10 and
aspirations, but the shit went down for me. The chances went down for me. I don't see them making it to the Super Bowl if they can't finish on the road. They can't play the same on the road as they do at home. That I don't think they're gonna make it.
We'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Guys like 10 and 4. 10 and 4.
Shit is
Phil,
ugly.
you still you hanging in there, Phil?
That shit.
You riding this to the
This
end,
our
huh?
year. This our year, like every year. This our year.
Mm,
Oh shit.
mm.
Oh shit. This
All right,
is
we got
why
Man
this
and
is why
Genius
people
here.
fuck with us.
What up?
Yeah, we
What up?
get
What
it.
up?
Let's go.
I was just I was asking him about the Dallas Cowboys. So you're a
Oh, the
Dallas
best team in
fan,
the league?
also.
You mean the best team in the league?
This cat delusional. Came
The
up
best team in
delusional
the
like
league.
that.
The one and only Dallas Cowboys.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
Now, I think y'all might pull it off this year, man. But every year, man, y'all gotta. I see Jesse's like accepted it. He's like, man, I'm not too optimistic. They look good, but we've been through this before, man. I seen the depression in his face each year.
Still got Dak for MVP. Let's put that on record. Dak is
Dak?
still the MVP.
Man, he playing ball though, man. I give him credit. He doing pretty good. So I can't hate.
It's fact.
But all right, man, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So the first topic today is the bad parent tax. So Reese, give me 1 second. Oh, I had YouTube playing. So, all right, the bad parent tax. So let me cue this up real quick. Sorry about that. Had that delay going in the background. So recently there was a restaurant in Georgia that is now charging a fee for bad parenting. And usually the fee is about, I'll say, $50. So like the restaurant, they'll like add that tax to people's bills. Like if their kids are running around the store, whining too much. So like how this caught like attention was like a lot of people were putting reviews on, I guess, like the different websites telling people like, hey, if you got kids, stay away from this restaurant. The owner's rude and stuff like that. The owner's been like checking people like, hey, if you can't parent your kids, you need to go to like Walmart, Burger King, and some low budget restaurants. So I kind of want to get your guys' take on that. So do you agree that there should be a bad parent tax? Why or why not? And I'm gonna go to Phil first on that since he was.
You got some parents out there who just let their fucking kids run around and do whatever the hell they want, and they just eating their meal like their kids aren't even there, causing all kinds of shit, fucking with people, destroying shit, flipping shit over, screaming, crying. Nah, I think the $50 shit is too little. They need to pay exactly what their bill is. If their bill's 100, they need to pay an extra 100 for their fucking badass kid.
So I'm gonna circle back with okay, I like that. Jesse, do you agree that there should be a bad parent tax? Why or why not?
I think in terms of like keeping the people out of your restaurant for bad behavior, I think that it'll do that job, because ain't nobody gonna go to that restaurant if they know they gotta pay a tax. I say yes, I do agree with it because man, kids are doing too much, and you got some pushover parents that don't set their ass in check. So yes, I agree with that 100% because I've been hit with a spitball at a restaurant one time, and I was mad as shit. I wanted to whoop this
Where the
little
hell was
kid's
you at?
ass.
CC's Pizza or something?
I was at Olive Garden, man, and
Mm-hmm.
the shit happened. And I mean, the kids were playing back and forth like with each other, and it hit me. But like, the parent didn't say shit, and then I had to say something to the parent, like, "Hey, look, respectfully, get your kids because that shit ain't about to just keep happening." Like, come on, you see that? You see what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Then she got on her kids. So yeah, I agree.
How did you approach the parents though? Because that would have been a awkward situation. Did they feel stupid to a certain degree?
Yeah, no, I just said, "Ma'am," real loud. I was like, "Ma'am," like, and she looked. She was on her phone, not paying attention, and I was like, "Ma'am," and she looked up. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do something. Like, you can't just sit there and just not say anything."
How she looked, Jesse?
She looked like frozen. She was like,
No, I'm talking about like was she on the rating scale? Was she up there in looks, or did you want to join her for dinner? No, I'm joking.
not at all. Not at all. Because if she can't keep the kids in public, disciplined, man, I can only imagine what it's like behind closed doors. Like rampage, full of house. Like kids running around throwing shit around the house. Like, nah, I'm good.
Okay. And just so let me get a CLS on this. So based on that parent tax, do you agree with it or do you disagree with the parent tax? Why or why not?
No, I agree with him. I agree with Phil and Jesse. I've been to restaurants and I've seen the same thing where the parents are just sitting there and they're not controlling their kids and they're getting up and running to the bathroom and they're running up to, I don't know, like the fucking, what is it? I don't know if you go somewhere that has like a buffet or something like that and then the kids are like running around trying to grab shit and stuff like that. Dude, I saw a video of a family at fucking Chuck E. Cheese and the kid went over to, like, where they have their drink fountain and this fucking kid put his mouth on the fountain.
Oh man,
on the drink fountain, bro. Yeah, doing shit like that. Hell yeah, they need to add that shit at the movie theater too. That same search bar. Need to add that shit at the movies too. I went to see a scary movie once, and this couple came in with a newborn. And keep in mind, we're watching this. Yeah, we're watching. What was it? I think it was that last
newborn.
Yeah, a fucking newborn, yo. It was that movie. It was a remake of Pet Sematary. remember that movie, Pet Sematary?
They're gonna have their kid turn into Damon.
Yeah, we were watching Pet Sematary, but it was the reboot though. It was like a remake of that movie, and I was like, I was all into it. It's quiet in there. Why would you bring a kid to a scary movie any fucking way?
Yeah, that's tough.
Baby started crying and shit. We want to kick him out.
That kid
hit him with that $50 surcharge. Fuck.
Kid's gonna come home with a pet crow.
Yeah, that was that newborn crying at the beginning of the movie. It's like we 30 minutes in.
Yeah, definitely movies. I'm seeing people commenting on this. I'm like, yeah, some of the places make sense. All right, Manic. Yeah. Do you agree that there should be a bad parent tax? Why or why not?
No, I don't think there should be. Off the strength of in a restaurant, because you can't really necessarily always control your kids. I mean, you should have some level of control over your kids. You shouldn't be bringing your badass kids out in public if they don't have a certain level of understanding and etiquette. But to charge tax to the parents, I just see it being like a slippery slope to restaurant owners being like, using not just the bad parent tax, but using other discriminatory factors. And like, you'd have to train up all your staff to identify like what metric to qualify a bad parenting tax. And I just see it being like opening a door or like a Pandora's box of lawsuits because like, if you hit me with a bad parenting tax, it might be race, it might be discriminatory. It might even be like, maybe I'm not dressed appropriately for the establishment. And, my kid's being a little bit loud, but there's another kid that's being equally as loud, but you don't hit him with the bad parent tax. So I just see it opens a door for restaurants to be in unnecessary lawsuits. And I don't think it would ultimately be enforceable. I would much rather restaurants walk up to that person if their kid is really that unruly and say, hey, you have to leave this establishment because your kid is unruly. But I feel like slapping on a $50 bad parenting tax, it's just too easy for the restaurant to just drop that versus actually walking up to you and saying, hey, you gotta actually leave this establishment. So it's a little different. So I don't think it should be enforceable. I think it's a bad idea. Airlines, though, that's a different story. Movie theaters, that's a completely different story.
Let me ask y'all something.
But everybody's being recorded, though. Surveillance cameras. They can go in the office and watch and rewind it back and be like, this is your kid running around like a fucking jackass.
Mm-hmm. You know what I would argue?
It's on video.
Yeah. I would argue that, I'm being discriminated against. So
you can't debate a video, bro.
No, you can't debate it.
It's on video. They can just play it back.
Yeah, but if there's not clear, quantifiable rules that are outlined, then it's going to have to go before the court of law. Right. So, and you don't always get what you want. Like, I may not win, but I could see restaurants, rather than going to court, just giving them back that $50, and it'd just be a waste of everybody's time.
Oh yeah, waste of time.
I think Manic is full of shit. Mm-hmm. Well, first, let me get my take.
He is. He really is.
Yeah. I'm always full of shit.
You be paying that damn tax, man.
That was a nice little spill, the whole legality thing. But let me get my take, and I'm gonna address that because I know what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. So for me, do I agree? There should be a bad parent tax? Why or why not? Absolutely. I think there should be a tax because it's like, man, if you can't please your kid, man, you can't disturb everybody else that's paying in that restaurant and stuff. And like even the scenario Jesse gave, I could understand a little bit of crying and all that. But when people are like running around and doing over the top stuff, oh yeah, absolutely. You should pay some fee, man. Because sometimes that's the only way you could teach people. And I think it should be across the board. I think restaurants, except for like what was it, Chuck E. Cheese or one of those kid-oriented restaurants. It's like, man, yeah, y'all go to that shit. But
yeah,
other places like more, I'll say like for Jesse, Olive Garden, that don't get me wrong, it's not 5-star, but it's definitely like a decent place. It is like, man, people are trying to wind down. They ain't trying to be hearing other people's mess. So absolutely.
What if it was like, what's that restaurant? Was it Fugo de Chao or some shit like that? You got motherfuckers coming to your table cutting meat and shit, and you got kids running around. They having that shit there. Like $100.
I might mess around, snuff one of them kids or something.
Hell yeah,
meet up their parents. That's like you said, that ambiance. You can't be having no kids running around in that place. So
I've been there a couple of times. Yeah, that shit ain't no Olive Garden.
I like what Trolling said. They could give a warning first, and the parents can decide if they want to leave or take the risk. That's a good.
Nah, fuck that. That's too nice, man. we got to turn up. Society's just over the nut tip where it's like you don't get no warning. Like we could maybe lower the fee for the first one, where it's like, hey, $25. The second warning we escalate up, but there's got to be some penalties, man. We ain't talking to people no more. Your kid like being out of hand. We ain't got no sympathy no more.
Didn't Manning say he went out of town that time and he went to a restaurant and spent $200 on a steak?
Yeah,
it was a 3. But
yeah, exactly. The guy spent $300 on.
So
a steak.
You paying $300 for that steak, and you got some whining kid hanging out around you.
Exactly. That's that 50 right there that could have went towards that $300 steak.
But Manny, let me ask you a question. Do you have these sentiments because you got a younger child?
I got a badass kid now.
Is that what it is? You want a little grace?
You want a little grace?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I might be biased. I
do got
a little one.
Yeah,
I can tell. I was like,
but no, I mean, honestly, if mine was stepping out of line, I would remove myself from the restaurant because you're not about to make me look crazy out here. So clearly you're not ready to be out in public. So I would do everybody a disservice, and I would not take him to the movie theaters. I've taken him to one movie. It was at Super Mario Brothers in theater. We made it halfway through. He started getting a little fidgety, and I want to do it. I'm like, okay, now you're talking. Let's get out of here. Like, I guess I got to catch this on Netflix.
You didn't just ride it out?
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to everybody.
Super Mario Brothers, though, they got the kids. All the kids are gonna be making noise. You know
Nah. If I go to a movie theater, I want to enjoy the experience. I don't like. Yeah. I'm just like you. I'm not trying to hear a kid yelling, and it's fine to hear laughter, like at right moments. But if Mario and Luigi are talking, and then you hear a kid, I want to do it. Like, nah, we gotta go, bro.
But that's an animated movie, though, bro. Like, their kids are supposed to be rowdy and be running around making noise and stuff. I went to see Pet Sematary, bro. Pet Sematary. That's an adult film.
Yeah.
So totally.
What's good, Erica?
It's totally different genres. Yeah. You ride that Mario joint out.
Yeah, you ride the Mario joint.
So Erica, you been listening in? Mm-hmm. What you feel about the parent tax? You think people should tax parents if they kids and they're whining and acting up in this?
I understand why, but I don't think it's a good idea to enforce it because it can get slippery as far as which kids you call out. I do agree with that. It can get messy, but I get why it would be put in place. But then also, like, how do you constitute when you're going to enforce the rule? Is there an age limit? Like, any kid that appears to be over 4 years old, like, is it a baby crying? You can't control that. So, I mean, it can. And I don't like are they actually calling it a bad parent tax?
I love it. Yeah. We need stigmas on people. We need to slap labels on them, separate them from the rest of society. These bad actors.
No, and I get what you're saying about the airlines, but I almost think that could get even slipperier because an airline, you got to go. Like, you can't control the environment. You're in a plane. Like, if your child is bad, there's just nothing you can do. So, I mean, I don't know how that would work, but I get why it should be in place, but I don't think it's a good idea.
You don't think it's a good idea?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
That's all you have to say? I like that top. I like that color. You look good in that color. Like a sexy glass of lemonade. Nah, you look pretty. I'm teasing.
Movies though. So movies, y'all think that's like I'll say like a place that they should kind of have that tax? Because even Manic was on board with that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was on board with the movie theaters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the movie theaters sure. and really it should be like the age range. Like, they should really look at the age of the movie. Like, what is this suggested for? And like, hey, look, it's a rated R movie. You're bringing in a 2-3-year-old. Come on, bro. I can't let you go in there. So like, that's where they can step in and be like, nah, I can't let you bring that kid in this movie. Sorry.
Dude, they had a newborn. It looked like she just gave birth to that kid like 3 days prior.
Yeah,
that's just a bad place to bring a kid, man. Like,
in there breastfeeding. That's how I knew that baby was. It was like, it had that new baby smell and everything. No, I'm just being funny. Yeah, it was a newborn, bro.
Just came from the hospital.
Just came from the hospital, bro. Just came from the hospital.
Nah, when they just come from the hospital, they got that special cry where it's like,
that new baby cry.
It's that it's like in the back of their throat.
Yeah, they can barely get it out. It doesn't have that high pitched sound to it.
Yeah, it don't even have exactly. Jesse, no.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Like that little brother right there is about 2 weeks old.
What's going on, Mel?
Ruined Pet Cemetery for me.
You said it ruined it for you?
Hell yeah, he ruined that whole Pet Cemetery.
What was it? This was the remake?
This was the remake, though. It wasn't as good as the original, but we had to go see it. I had to go see it.
All right, let me get Mel's take on that. So, Mel, how do you feel about the bad parent tax? Do you agree with it or disagree?
I disagree with it.
Oh,
I think part of it is that I'm an educator, and it's different levels of. I don't want to say I never call a kid bad, but sometimes kids have underlying issues and we don't know about them. And you might see a kid acting up somewhere or being loud, but they might have autism or something else that Asperger's or something like that, something that can't be controlled. So you gonna tell a kid that somebody that got a kid with autism and they fall out, oh, because of this, whatever. Then, like you said, it gets legal at that point because how do you determine? So I'm just gonna stay in the house because my kid has a disability. So
right.
That's just the way I look at it, and I think that's just part of being an educator. So,
But Mel, let me ask you this.
Right, but you can't lie and say every kid has that.
Specifies on their website, on everything, that they will do that prior to you getting there. At that point, would you still go?
I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna roll the dice on that. If you didn't already, that's just like you telling me the stove hot, and then I'm still gonna touch it. It don't make sense.
But you got people out there who will do that. They'll still be like, I'm gonna go anyway.
That is true. That is true. They're not wise people though. Everybody can't be smart.
Agreed. Agreed.
I know. You was trying to play that autism card. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work either. trying to flip that card.
I'm just making a suggestion.
No, but I mean that is I didn't think about that.
I've seen it sometimes.
Because I mean it's true. I do know.
I will say this: me being a parent, I ain't gonna say I'm a judgy parent, but my kids already know. Like if they see a kid doing something they tried, I just look at them a certain way and they're like, "Nah, shit, I'm chill." Like I see you running around, but I know my mom. So I just feel like it.
Mel, stop playing. Your kid would hit you with a breadstick and check you in the store. Like, Mom, you better shut up.
If you have kids with those disabilities, you still can control them. Like a lot of people use it as a cop-out. Like, oh, my kid is autistic. But I know a lot of autistic kids that still are well behaved.
They are.
So it comes down
very low on the spectrum. Very, very low. Yeah. You can't even tell. Can't tell. Yeah.
So.
But let me ask y'all. So, okay, we're kind of got a toss up on the tax. I'm still on board for it. I think it should go down anyways. Maybe there should be a warning. I could get on board with the warning and.
Jerk, you got an old kid though. It's different. Your kid already grown.
Your kid old.
I mean, dang. Yeah, my son got an AARP card, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
had all Social Security and shit.
So you voting, paying taxes, everything.
But I'm saying, even if he was like acting wild in the store, and somebody was like, "Yo, man, we got to hit you with this tax," I wouldn't even be mad at him. I'm like, "Damn!" Like he was a little unruly. But do y'all think like maybe restaurants should go to maybe they should have like hours for adults or something like that, or kids hours for like nicer?
No,
feels like nah. Go.
Not at all.
Nah, because I would be upset if I like randomly went to the restaurant and they're like, "Oh, this is kid hours." Like what?
Kid hours.
Nah.
Look, it should be as simple as this. If you know your kids are going to act up, just don't fucking take them.
Don't take
That's
them.
it.
Don't take them.
Don't take them. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to be like, "All right, cool." The only way the restaurant can get around that is they actually specify on their website or whatever on any kind of platform saying, "Hey, this is going to apply if this happens," and that's going to protect them because you're going there with that understanding. So if they do that, they're good. Now, if you take them against that shit, then that's on you.
What did they say? Well, I can't find a babysitter, and I really want to go.
I don't think everybody reads the stuff online.
Huh?
You need to make better decisions. When you have a kid, you know anything can happen. So hey,
people say that too.
Don't go. Sorry.
We can't find a babysitter. We still going.
Yeah, the hostess would have to tell them at the front door as soon as they are being seated. Like we have a bad parent child tax. If your kid goes above and beyond, like there has to be some clear indications of what is bad behavior. And I feel as though a kid would really have to step outside of that, and the parent not be trying to help them, in the situation to get their kid.
But let's be honest. Would feel like what I was thinking about what you're saying. If they have it on their website, if they say it on all this other stuff, you know how many kids don't read directions on tests. You really think that those same people that are adults now go read stuff on the website?
But this is the thing that's going to because it is actually put out there. That's on them to not look at that. If they say, "Hey, on our menu, on our website, whatever the case may be, you guys are aware. You should have looked up prior to coming here what we have." Because a lot of people look up the hours, they look up the phone number, and within that little box, if they have that information there, that's on you as the parent or whomever you're with to be like, "Hey, you didn't read the directions." And I get what you're saying, but if you come in there and it's already specified, like, "Ma'am, our website says blah, blah, blah. Our menu says blah, blah, blah. You can either stay here and pay it or you can leave. I wouldn't even argue the fact. Now, if you want to stay, that's on you. I'm just saying, because I get it. People don't read the directions, but that is on them to not read the directions. That shouldn't have to be on anybody else. You're taking a risk by doing that. Y'all like, I'm gonna go anyway. Nah, okay, cool. $50. Go ahead and give it to me now. If you know your kid's gonna be a badass. Plain and simple.
I don't have that problem, so I don't know.
And maybe the host, and maybe when they get to the restaurant, maybe the host will remind them before she sit them down. Like the host, when they walk in or whatever,
But
like, hey, you're gonna get this tax.
Though, they would have to remind every single child, to Manic's point, like, hey, look, everybody is gonna be on this shit. They gotta tell everyone with a child that same thing, because they can't actually point out, oh, this person, that kid looks bad. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to them. Nah, that's gotta be everybody.
Everybody that comes in the door.
The kid with the braids. It's gotta be the blonde kid. It's gotta be the redhead, the Asian kid, the Mexican kid. Everybody's gotta get that same message. And that's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think the restaurant industry will suffer from doing that.
Yeah, right.
They will suffer. I'm still for it, but they'll suffer.
Yeah, right. Well,
you think so, man? Maybe we'll bring a different crowd.
You see a fucking 7-year-old with skinny jeans on with his ass hanging out. He fucking bad. He's like, you get that tax. Get his little ass with that tax. He got those skinny jeans on with his ass hanging out. He bad.
Not 7.
But let me ask y'all this question. And I'm gonna go to Erica first on this one. What would y'all do if, like, you had a younger child, they came up and gave you the bad parent tax? They slapped you. They're like, hey, ma'am, here's the $50. How would you handle that situation?
I mean, it would also depend on at what point in time do they come to me about the tax? Because am I on my way out? Did you already give me my bill and I'm about to leave? Or did you give it to me when I first got there and my child is running around crazy? Because now I'm really about to just let them act with food. For you to charge me.
Right, when you get they get that warm bread. They got the little tray of olive oil
on everybody's table, pulling their rolls off their plate, throwing them across the room. If you're gonna charge me, my child on the street. Okay, so are you going to charge me at the end when I see my bill and it's on there? Okay, that's different. But as soon as I come in the door, you come over there talking about $50. Okay, they're about to act fool.
Okay, you going off?
He might fall asleep at the table.
Jesse, how would you handle that? You about to get your warm ass bread? What's that butter? You know they got the little olive oil you dip it in.
Oh yeah.
The ambiance is straight. How would you? They come and slap you with that $50. How's that? How are you gonna handle that situation?
Well, it depends. It depends on what my kid did. For one, if they didn't already get the discipline from me, but I would pay it. I would pay it if it was that if my kid did something that deserved it. But I wouldn't be in that situation, so I don't know. I don't know what I would do or how I would respond, but it would depend on how they came to me with it, or if they told me beforehand that they had a tax credit. Because honestly, I wouldn't even go to a place like that if they had that. And I got my kids with me. I just wouldn't go. And I know they're gonna act up. Yeah, as a parent, I would not take my kids somewhere where they're gonna act up and make me look bad. It's not happening.
That's a good point right there. You see what Travel One said?
Yeah, Travel One.
That's a good point right there. That's a good point.
Drive-through.
There ain't no gander. I'll tip them extra. Let them implement this. I'm gonna be there every day. I might be spending the night in this spot.
That's a good point, though.
That's an excellent point.
It is.
I don't know, man. I think me and Phil gonna be hanging out there on a regular.
But wait,
they want those
how
tips.
will the other patrons know that that person got the tax? Like, because then everybody in the restaurant gonna be raising their hand, asking questions like, "Did you tax them? Did you tax them?" Like, how are they gonna know? What's gonna be the benefit for the other people in the room?
Policy, they probably know though. Like to Phil's point, if it's part of their policy, then they would know.
And make you wear a bracelet.
That'll light up when you get hit with the bad parent tax.
Put the bracelet on the kid when y'all come in there, like he going to an amusement park. Put a bracelet on his little ass.
I'm just saying it could create a whole lot more Karens and stuff in.
No, that's true. Oh, you definitely gotta have some
trying to police the situation. It would just be a mess.
All right, let me go around still. Manic, how would you handle that? Like you in a restaurant, man, you chilling out. They come up and they give you that $50 parent tax.
Well, first, I want to definitely address Travel One's point. Like, you're not getting a tip. Like, tips would drastically decline. Like, I agree with that 100%. Like, you hit me with a bad parent tax, you're not getting a tip. And most likely I don't think my tip will quite be $50, so they would definitely be winning there. But I'm definitely going to speak to the manager and then ask what are the metrics that, they identify to classify my kid as, bad to where I need to get this
Negro always trying to sue somebody.
No, man.
And then I'm texting my lawyer, like, I got his personal number, I got his work number. I'm just gonna text him like, hey, I got an issue. I just need you to file something. This is the restaurant. Here's what I'm getting charged with, bad parent tax. And I think that any restaurant would rather just give me my $50 back, and then I won't go back there, rather than seeing me in court, because I'm gonna show up in court. And like, just off of principle. Like, I might lose, I might win, but I'm gonna be there off of principle, because you're not gonna sit up here and discriminate against me because I have a child, and I'm playing all the cards.
So that's discrimination.
I think Manning would. He'd probably go there with like a party at 10, and the waitress be running back and forth all night, and he'd give her like a $10 tip.
No, I actually tip really well. I tip really well.
Like 10 people at the table.
Like, I'll be tipping like 30 to like 50%.
No, I'm just saying, if she hit you with that tax though, and you be like, you get a $10 tip.
If you hit me with
$1 a piece,
$1
per person,
you're not getting anything. Like,
I think I like what Erica said. I think I'd be the Karen. I'd be like, hey, did you just give them that parent tax? Hey, here's an extra 20, I'll be up in there incentivizing the hate. I'll be like, hey, did you do that? Hey, God bless you. Here's another 20. Keep up the good work. But Phil, let me go to Phil real quick. How would you handle that situation? You in there, you chilling, and they hit you with that parent tax?
I wouldn't handle that shit. My baby wouldn't do no shit like that. She know better.
Oh, here y'all go. My child wouldn't do that.
I'll be that. I look at my daughter one time, and she would not do no shit like that. It'd be over. She'd be watching the other little kids in there being bad and giving them parent tax. To your point, Jerk, I'd be like, yep, she's a badass. Get her. Yep, right there. Because my daughter's not doing it. Get her. That right there. Period.
All right, CLS, how would you handle that situation?
Oh, you mean if I was there with my kids?
Yeah, and you got that parent tax slapped on you. You're like, sir, we need that 50. Run it.
Guess we have a choice with the pay it. I mean, if my daughter or my son was acting up, I mean, ain't nothing you can do. You can get up and leave. Yeah, dine and dash. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have to pay this shit, right?
You say go trying to go to jail.
Do me a favor. Just fuck that $50. Do me a favor. Y'all do me a favor. Lace your shoes up.
Hopefully your kids are fast.
Tie your shoes up. Make sure your shoes are tied real quick. Lace your joints up. We about to.
They say y'all about to turn into the track team in there.
Yeah, right.
Say, hey, grab all the rolls and we gotta hit the door.
You say Usain.
Count of 5. Like,
so when I say Usain, go that way.
All right, Mel, you get that $50 tax. Did you already answer that? How you gonna handle that situation?
I'm trying to figure out what restaurants y'all taking y'all kids to. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious, because I take my kids to places that's already kind of unruly. Like, my kids like Chick-fil-A. We go to Chili's. Like, I don't take them to. Not that Olive Garden is fancy, but it's quiet. So I wouldn't really take my kids to nowhere where it's expected to not be a little loud. Like, we go to Buffalo Wild Wings, where it's already kind of loud. Like, I don't take my kids to quiet places.
I'm talking like Hell's Kitchen, Mel. Like Hell's Kitchen type.
Fleming's.
I'm not taking my kids there. That's adult fun stuff. I'm not spending that much on my, because those restaurants and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm so serious. They're expensive, and I don't like to waste food. So if they order some shit and they don't like it, or if they don't eat all of it, I'm gonna be upset, because I'm the only one in the house that really eat leftovers. So
you getting paper, Mel. You got to knock this off, Mel. You getting money out here, Mel. You know, over there going to Salvation Army and shit.
I don't care about none of that.
It's all with you, Army.
How old are your kids though?
7 and 4, but she'll be 5.
Okay, so look, I got a 14-year-old. So for me, I'm gonna take her there because she's gonna appreciate that.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
14.
But I understand.
That's what
I understand your point. I get your
Yeah.
point. I do completely. I think it's
But
based
I mean,
off the
you got a
age.
14-year-old, I wouldn't expect a 14-year-old to be like running around acting up or nothing like that. But you know, I got little kids, so I mean,
Right.
we went to the children's place the other day, and
Oh, yeah.
my daughter, she just was excited. She got in the middle of the rack. I told her to get out. Then she was like running around and hiding. I snatched her up. So if you can give me a parent tax, then you better not call them folks when I snatch their ass up. That's all I'm gonna say. So I grabbed her right by the skirt. I was like, little girl. And then she kind of rolled out. I said, I'm about to thump you in the middle of your forehead. I was like, stop. And then she was like, yes, ma'am. Done. We was done. No more problems. Yeah. And I hate when I go somewhere and everybody like, your kids are so nice and so polite. I'm like, you don't know them. Or you try to use my parenting. Because at home, they're totally different people. They are terrorists in this house. But when we go out, oh, their kids are the best. They're the sweetest. These are terrorists. They're hellions. But they know how to act in public.
Oh, yeah.
So
I seen this point. It says, what's the assessment and the research on this bad parent tax that will actually deter bad children? So like to Erica's point, some people may bring their children in spite of.
Corwin's, the assessment and the research is my well-being in a public place without whining kids. That's the assessment. I don't think there's no research. What was that?
Exactly. So I was gonna say, what about that second point? Some people may bring their kids in spite of, like to Erica's point, like if you hit me with a bad parent tax of $50 and I don't like, I just take that on the chin. I might come back with a squad of badass kids on some like, you know what? I'm gonna take my $50, but I got 6 of these bad motherfuckers, and I'm gonna just let them, run havoc, run amok, and be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get y'all hyped up on some sugar. And I want y'all to try every piece of food.
I think they're gonna up the ante, man. They're gonna slap you with about a $250 piece.
You're gonna want that $300 charge.
You're gonna just show up with a bunch of
50 per kid at this point.
Yeah, you got $300 charge.
Well, I mean, that's gonna have to be stated in the policy. It's like, hey, if your kid or children are unruly, it's $50 per kid. I don't think they're gonna put that there.
So you're gonna
if they don't put that in there, I'm coming back with a squad.
Hey, he said he on that Nick Cannon shit. He gonna show up in a turban and shit.
Yeah.
I'm going back like, hey.
So you're gonna just show
I might even do a fundraiser. Like, hey, do you have bad unruly kids? I want to take them and show them a better way of life. Let me treat your kids to whatchamacallit. I'll film the whole process. Nothing's sketchy about this situation. And I'm just gonna show them how to like act in public. And then motherfuckers are gonna be bad, and I'm gonna be hands off like this is phase 1 where we just observe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. To Mel's point and to George's point, right? I have not seen a bunch of little kids in a higher class restaurant. One, because to Mel's point, they're not gonna pay all that money just to have their kids not eat that shit, right? But I have been to an Applebee's, I've been to a Chili's, I've been to Red Lobster, and you see all kinds of walks of life in there. Not saying that it's okay, but you're not going to have a Red Lobster or Chili's or anybody do no damn parent tax because they just want their bread. They don't care. Whereas them higher restaurants are going to be like, look, we can dictate this shit because we're up here with it. So I get all depends on the age and the restaurant you're going to.
That's a solid point.
You said Red Lobster. Speaking of bread, them cheddar biscuits be fire.
Oh yeah,
sure do.
Yeah, you can't be showing up with a bunch of free range kids and just letting them run wild like chickens.
But before we jump into the next topic, so do y'all think the best thing to do is just like if you have a kid that's unruly, just leave the establishment pretty much? Because I think you were saying at Manic where you said you had a situation, you're like, look, I'll just leave and not disturb other people's peace. I think that's what they're trying to drive people towards doing. So I think that's where this kind of came up, where it's just like, come on, man, like if your kid's over the top, then how about you just like exit, and leave? But I guess some people just don't get the point. So that's why, sometimes I guess in society, we got to do these extremes to get them to notice it.
But I feel like that's a part of being mature.
Airlines are tough though. Airlines are tough because you can't.
Yeah. Because when Erica mentioned that, I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way in hell you could really get around that. You just got to put them cats by the bathroom, I guess.
Hey, my kid was traveling this Thanksgiving, and he was so excited about the plane taking off. I was just like, yeah, the plane's going to be in the air. He's like, in the air. Is the plane in the air yet? I'm like, no, not yet. And he's just like, is the plane in the air yet? I'm like, no, not yet. And eventually it started taxiing. And he's like, it's in the air. I'm like, no, it's not in the air yet. And eventually the plane flew in the air. And as soon as he's like, we're in the air, I was like, yeah, we're in the air finally. And he's like, now we fall down. I'm like, no. He's like, the plane's going to blow. Like, the big bad wolf's going to blow the plane out of the sky. I was like, yo, chill, bro. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all gonna be on a no-fly
oh
list with him and shit.
Yeah, right.
I was just like, yo, I gotta. We gotta watch some
U.S.
different
Marshals
stuff.
gonna talk to you.
They was like, sir, your son and you have to get off the plane now.
Yeah,
you gotta
they're like, pat them down. That's
some Final Destination shit right there.
Now I was like, no, it doesn't fall down. It just flies.
Yeah. Think it's you with that Final Destination tax.
I know.
Right.
He had me worried. I was like, hey, don't speak that into existence, bro. Like, chill out.
Oh yeah.
I'd have been nervous as hell.
I was nervous. I was very nervous. I was just like, damn, I should have brought more candy or something.
Yeah, you got what's a NyQuil or something like that, man. You got.
Now, I don't ever give him screen time like that. So if I pull out the tablet, you know,
that's what I did.
When
I fly with my kid,
I put out that tablet. As soon as he said it's gonna fall down, I was like, "Here's a tablet, bro."
Like oh shit.
Give him yourself. Give him yourself.
Got the very hungry caterpillar. Got chicka boom boom.
As soon as we got on the plane and we sat down, I was like, here go y'all phones. Everybody calm down.
Oh, I'm so glad my son is like in his 20s. Me and him just took that flight. He's over there drinking like straight liquor. I'm like, yo, man, like, you better settle down. I'm just being an old guy. I had like a straight scotch. I'm like, man, you ain't gonna get no chaser. Like,
you're drinking straight.
Like, nah, I'm taking this to the head. I'm like, shh.
Just straight.
Went back to sleep. but all right, we'll go ahead and we'll jump into the next topic and stuff. Nah, this was a good subject. Appreciate y'all like bringing us back to reality because I was all on board with the tax, but yeah, that sounded like a lawsuit coming forward.
Yeah,
Cat's going to jail on that one. Listen to me. But all right, man, and get ready to read this. This the Reddit scenario. So all right, here's the scenario today is would you ever sleep with your coworker? And he's gonna give us a scenario and we're gonna break down his situation. Do you need me to make it bigger or are you good?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Says, would you ever sleep with your coworker? I take my job very seriously. It is the most important thing in my life at this point. I have never been involved with anybody in the company that I work at. It is just my way of separating my professional and personal life. Around 2 weeks ago, we hired an analyst in my junior team who is smoking hot. I mean, a brunette, Margot Robbie. We have flirted back and forth a bit at work, but I'm hesitant to sleep with her as I'm not sure how it will affect our dynamic at work. She reports to me as I am the senior associate. I feel like this could go wrong in many ways, but she is beautiful. She is too beautiful to pass up.
All right. So the question is, should my man jump on it or should he pass on that opportunity or situation?
No.
You want that?
Let me go to Jesse first on this one.
Not no, but hell no. You're a supervisor, so you gotta hold yourself to a certain standard, man. You have self-control. You know, like that. There's no situation where that could be good for your job. Now, if you want to make a different career choice, you know, or you don't care about your career, then hey, shoot, go for it. If you like it, you know, you like her, she likes you, cool. But her being somebody you're in charge of, you're subordinate. It's not a good idea just because she looks up to you. So you already have a level of power over her in that aspect of your life, in your career.
Y'all keep in mind, he said Margaret Robbie, and
he want that Haley Quinn ass. You like Haley Quinn?
Yeah,
keep in mind he said that. So you.
He can step on a Scattermine real quick with that way because man, shoot, she could file for sexual harassment against you. You know, at your job. You know, like so. It's just there's too many ways that I can see that going wrong. versus the way that always is gonna be this fairy tale, like you get with her, like she's the best thing you ever have, you have marriage, whatever. That the chances of that's one aspect, but there's too many negatives. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
All right, Erica, what would you recommend this gentleman do if you had to give him some like game and some knowledge, some wisdom? What would you tell him?
Well, first of all, what a lame. For like the fact, like my mind is blown at the fact that somebody even had to ask this question. Like, I have a question for y'all, men.
Oh shit!
Is this an ego thing? Because like there was nothing of substance in his reasoning behind why he wanted to do this.
She bad.
Other than the fact that she looks like Margot Robbie. Like, you ready to risk it all just because she's attractive to you?
He is.
That's wild. Is it?
That's
not?
him. I wouldn't do that. That's him. Well, I made the mistake when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, I slipped once.
Right, and that's what like maybe this person is just dumb and just doesn't know, like, because I just like there's no way this person is over the age of 30 asking this question.
Yeah, he might be in his 20s. So I think that's what it is.
I was in my 20s.
It's like there's plenty of beautiful women out here. Like, go pick another one. Like, and it'd be different if it was just he labeled it as his coworker. This is not your coworker. Like I said, you are her subordinate. Like, what do you like? No, it's not the same as just sleeping with somebody that's like just in the office or in the call center. Like, I done that, and that was a mistake. And they were not my superior. So
what happened if she was like a child of God? Great woman.
But he didn't say none of that. He didn't say none of that. If he would have lived with that, then maybe I'd be like,
he's like a beautiful child that God created.
Yeah, like it's nothing but literally her looks. And I'm like, what is like
he said God made
it all. And in the climate that we're in right now, like it's so easy to get caught up. Like what is wrong with you? Like the fact that they had to go to the internet to type out that whole paragraph to ask that question, it worried. I'm concerned.
My man was his soul was like struggling with this scenario.
He said God made her for me.
All right, let me get Mel on that. Mel, if you had to give him that female perspective, what would you tell him?
Don't be stupid. I mean, the old saying goes, don't shit where you eat. And if your job is the most important thing to you right now, why would you be so concerned that, a somewhat supermodel walked in? It's plenty of beautiful women out here. Maybe you need to go outside. Maybe if you care about your career that much, you wouldn't risk it because, like I said, lawsuit easy. Say you put that wham bam on her and then you take it away. Oh, you in trouble now. Because women can be very vindictive. Like seriously, we can wreck all your shit. You have to go to a different field. So I mean, it's just not worth it. But I mean, just find something somewhere else. If she just walked in one day, maybe you can go to the grocery store and somebody else will walk in and be like that. So she just started there. It's plenty of fish to feed, but it's fraternization. At the end of the day, you're her superior. And then what is it? What quid pro quo? Is that the right term for this?
Quid pro quo.
I'm trying to think, is that the right term for this situation though?
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's not. But anyway,
that's like you scratch my back. I scratch
Mel out here watching Law and Order. That's what I'm talking about.
But no, it's fraternization though, and then like it can like backfire seriously. I know a situation where dude was messing with somebody, and then all of a sudden they stopped messing around. Oh, he assaulted me. He lost his job. Great job. 14.
Yeah. It's bad for business.
It is. It's bad. And I'm telling you, it ain't nobody that's going to risk it all for it. Especially the way you talk about your job so passionately. Like, I done had coworkers and I look and I talk to I done had superiors, I done had subordinates. And when I was working with my sorority sister one time, and then we was talking, like, because we was just at the house and we was talking. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at him today. I was like, give me a chance. She was like, you really talk to him? I'm like, nah, while I'm working there, but he fine though. I mean, but that was just us talking. But would I ever try? No. Don't have time for that. I got bills to pay. I got kids. In 4
sports. I think he in his 20s. Dude is in his 20s.
I was smart in my 20s. He's dumb. He need to wait for his brain to finish.
It's bad, but it is.
What do you mean his brain finished developing? It's like 27, 28, something like that. Yeah, he need to wait for that to go ahead and mature some, because that's ridiculous.
But let me get CLS on this. So CLS, you think in the 20s, like he's a little justified to go this route?
No, he shouldn't do it, but I understand it if he does do it, because I made the same mistake too when I was in my 20s. Yeah, it's bad. That's why I know firsthand. I mean, it's bad for business, and it's going to affect the relationship between you and your coworkers. And then, yeah, I mean, she's going to talk shit about you behind your back if it doesn't work out.
So it like impacts like the work environment based on like if the situation goes bad, it's going to make everything awkward and stuff.
Correct.
But even if it's good though, you got to think about that too. If it's good and she says talks about you to another coworker, that coworker can become jealous and then out both of y'all. Then both of y'all in trouble. So it'll never work out, because you can never really keep it a secret. Everybody like, don't nobody know. Somebody know.
And then your coworker, she might pursue the D.
That's true. And then now they beefing.
Why is that bad?
All come around while they beefing.
And then she feels
he said I turned 0 into 1 and then 1 into 2.
Yep.
Yeah, this multiplication at this time. All right, Phil. What do you think my man should do in this situation, given this scenario?
I'm gonna go with Mel said. I'm not gonna shit where I eat. I don't give a damn how good she looked. I'm there to do my job and go to fuck home. That's it. Period. You're not about to get me in trouble having no Fridays in charter. And that whole EO and all the other complaint shit could end your entire career off of some ass? Nah. Nah. I'm good off that. I'm gonna go with what Mel said.
Manic genius.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. I think it's just a terrible idea altogether, because if you have any upward potential, you're shitting on all of that. So yeah, it's a fraternization. That's a real thing. Messing with your subordinate, you do have a level of power, as Jesse said. It's just all types of, bad. All types of cons. The only pro is that you're sleeping with a beautiful woman, and like to Erica's point, there's beautiful women everywhere. So unless my man is ready to change careers or get a different job, it's just like you can't go down that route.
Yeah.
Okay. I think all you guys are capping though a little bit, man.
I'm telling you now, if you break my heart, if I decide to go down that road and you break my heart, I'm telling you, I'm wrecking all your shit. I don't care.
Damn, Mel. Mel, you going in? You gonna mess the paper up, Mel?
You can his car and all that kind of stuff?
No, I ain't doing that. No, I would never do that. I'm just
his car and
break all your shit. I'm talking about like just blow up your spot. No, I would never. The worst thing I've ever done is I had an ex-boyfriend and he told me he was going somewhere, and then I was riding, he was somewhere else, so I took the battery out of his car. So I knew he was going to have to call me.
Man.
You took the battery out of his car.
Her name is Mel. I run. Get her ass. I'm going to call the cops so quick.
I took the battery out of his car. So when he called me to come get him the next morning, he was just like, "Oh no, what's it?" And he was like, "Maybe it's one of these crackheads or something around here." I was like, "Man, that's wild, man." And I took him to AutoZone and he went and got another battery.
Oh shit.
Hold on. He said he was going out and you were like,
no, he told me he was going to his homeboy house, but I had a strange inclination that he was messing with this one girl, and I was in college, so I wasn't putting out yet. So I had heard rumors he was messing with this one girl, so I had rolled by the apartments and his car was over there. So I took the battery out of his car.
Okay.
But you had a toolkit with you? You had
how'd you get his keys? How'd you get his keys to pop his hood?
When you pop the hood.
How'd you pop the hood to pop his door?
I ain't been saved all my life.
Okay, so you broke in the car.
You had a
Slim Jim in your car?
Oh
yeah.
Oh shit.
Is your name Mel I Run because he had to run after that?
No, I was used to run.
Yeah.
I saw the name and I was like, oh, Mel, I run. Yeah, because I got it.
He didn't find out till like, I want to say 5 years ago. I finally told him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still cool.
Oh, what was his reaction?
He was just like, are you serious? I was like, yup. And he was like, what you doing with my battery? I said, I gave it to Mr. Bass.
You gave it away.
You owe me.
Mr. Bass work on cars.
He said, you owe me a battery. He said, you owe me a whole battery.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like, how you compile all these like tools? Did you know, like, in the future you was gonna do some shit like this?
You don't
Like, you had to get the Slim Jim, some screwdrivers and shit.
Slim Jim
Well, I already had it on deck.
I keep a Slim Jim in my car because my dad told me to always, just keep one just in case somebody else need it. And I do have like little tools in there, like a little screwdriver, whatever. Never know what
how
I
many
have.
people you done help steal cars that
I've never stolen a car. I have never stolen a car.
There you go.
You just have all the tools to steal a car. Got it.
Yeah. So we
You never know. What if I go to my homegirl house and she want me to help her do something and she ain't got no tools? Because females don't have tools. So I just keep a couple things in my car, Never know when
No, gangster.
You need to change your handle to New Jersey Drive. I'm gonna start calling you New Jersey Drive.
But let me ask you guys. So typically they say like most people, I think, start dating in like proximity, or a lot of times they meet people on the job that get married. Mm-hmm. So like kind of knowing, I guess like those numbers. Do y'all think like that's still like a bad situation for this guy, even though a lot of people do meet and get married on jobs and stuff, business type of relations?
Well, anybody I've ever dated has been in my field, but not directly like working with me. Because I'm the way that I work and the way that I love is two very different things. Mm-hmm. So I can't have you working with me and then I'm demanding this and that, and I'm real like blunt, straight to the point. But then come home, hey babe, how was your day? You want me to fix you something? It's like it's two whole different things. So I don't even see how you can be with somebody that works under you and you have a certain level, a certain standard, because I wouldn't let you slide. I didn't care if I was laying next to you at night. So that would create a rift, I think, in our relationship. I don't see how that would work anyway.
Unless they like that. They're like, oh, tell me again? Okay, all right, cool.
Now, I would just say that, if he was really serious about this girl, he could have the conversation with her like, hey, I'm your superior, I'm attracted to you, and I'm interested to see where this goes, but we can't go any further. He's in hot water regardless, but it sounds like he's willing to take that risk, so he can at least have the conversation and like, hey, nothing can go from this because I'm your superior. So unless you're willing to get a different job, I can help you with references and stuff like that, then we can make this work. So yeah. I mean, you see people do it. Mm-hmm. Like one person will leave I
agree.
I agree with him. I would leave if I met someone I would leave.
Even if you were the higher ranked person?
Well, if I was a higher ranked,
you probably have a better chance.
Yeah. You get transferred to another office or something, you know what I mean?
But
if I'm the higher ranked person, I can write her a letter of recommendation. Like put her in like a better
leaving this joint.
Hey,
I don't know if I will.
Is actually paying this much, and I'm going to write you a good recommendation. Plus, you'll have like insight over here. So,
but then too, I believe in PDA. So I can't be in the office knowing that you then just bent me over, and then I'm just looking at you. And I like everybody gonna know.
You feeling that, Erica?
You gonna because I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see how to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, Erica started blushing.
Yeah, she was like, okay.
How are you serious to me? I'm
like in the office though.
I'm imagining you naked.
Yeah, in the office, in the break room.
So let me flip the scenario for Erica and Mel. So say like y'all at the job, y'all high performers, y'all getting that bread like y'all are, y'all about that business. Idris Elba, he's walking there, he's working with you. Y'all ain't biting on that. Y'all have great conversations at work. Look at Erica. Go ahead, Erica.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say this and then I gotta go. But I've been in a situation when I was in my 20s where I was dealing with a coworker. He was not my superior. We were there.
On an equal.
Now, I will say that it was a terrible mistake, only because going back to what y'all was saying earlier about the whole dynamic of the environment, we had a group of friends, right? That were all collectively cool. We hung out, we did things together. I ended up getting another job and leaving. And after I left, I found out that he was sleeping with somebody else on the job. And everybody in our circle knew about it. So not only was I ready to fight him, I was ready to fight the rest of the group too. Like,
okay, I got you.
Effing shit up. Like I was seeing red. I was ready to go back up there and just knock all the computers off of everybody's desk, right? So I think it's a terrible idea because I've experienced it and it just was not okay. Now, as far as what you're saying, as far as like people being like husband and wife, getting married in the workplace, where I work now, I work at a university. So there's a lot of husband and wife duos, faculty members that they all got the same last name. They all been married, divorced, married somebody else. Like it's a lot of married couples that work at the university, but they don't work directly with one another. They work in different departments or like I said, they're faculty members. So they're teaching classes, just them in the room with their students. So they don't have to work directly with each other. So I think that's a little bit different than working in an office with somebody that you're dealing with. Lastly, a lot of HR policies in their handbook will say it's okay for you to date coworkers, but let us know so that we can maybe place you in other areas in the company because they don't want that friction and those things happening. Like there's been plenty of times when in training, and that's one of the things they say, we don't care if you date, we don't care what you do, but at least give us the heads up so that we know, so that maybe we can find another space for you within the company, but y'all can still do what y'all do. So there's that.
Oh, that's game. Definitely. That's why we have these conversations, because it's like, man, it does happen and people need to know them, notify HR, get them steps up, because this happens. Like as somebody was telling me, they're like, man, this is more common than what you think. Like, so people do cross some lines, because if you think about it, man, you spend about 8 hours of your life at the job. You know, we're sleeping 8. So majority of your time is being spent on working, you know, and sleeping. So that's probably where you're getting your social interactions and stuff like that on the job. So yeah, I never really thought about it. I wouldn't do it personally, but it makes sense that most people are going to run into people in those capacities. So that's why I did when I saw this scenario, I'm like, damn, we definitely got to chop this up. And I'm glad y'all kind of gave that perspective.
Well, thanks, guys. I have to go, but
all right, Erica, thanks for showing up.
All right, good night, Erica. Appreciate you.
Good night.
But all right, Mel, giving you that same scenario, the man of your dreams, you're like, damn, he fine. Yeah, I have great conversations at the water cooler. How you handling that?
What a cooler conversation.
He would have to find another job.
You said he's got to get another job.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be that serious and go forward, and like I'm really feeling you, and I'm thinking like, you know, like how we do Sierra's prayer, I finally found this one, bro. You gotta go. 'Cause I had to fire my ex-husband. We was working together, and I had to fire him. It doesn't go over well at dinner, but so I don't suggest it.
Yes.
So, I mean,
so he's got to go though, Mel. That's what you saying. You the big boss, huh? So he's.
I was gonna say I'm probably gonna be the superior.
Well, yeah, she making more money. She making more money than him anyway.
They'll say, hey,
like to Manic's point, I'll write you a good letter of recommendation. I might call in some favors or something like that.
Okay.
Is she the breadwinner?
Gosh,
you not supporting it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like if we gonna do this, because I'm like, and the thing is too, that gossip at work. Like I said, I've dated everybody I've pretty much dated has been in my field. They've coached or trained or something, and that's generally how I meet people. Because I already told y'all, I go to the gym, I go to practice, I go to Target, and I go to the grocery store. I really don't go nowhere else. Target. So the people that I'm gonna be around, are going to generally be coaches, stuff like that. I would never date a parent of any of my kids ever. I don't even really even like them kids that much to date your parent. But so I meet other coaches, so they're in my field. But like as far as working with them, like I said, like just when it gets to a point, like say that you do have to fire them or write them up or something like that, how is that gonna go over well in like when y'all are intimate or something? Because it's gonna come back up. They ain't gonna just like take that on the chin, like, oh, I got rolled up today. So why didn't you get so and so to do it? Why did you have to do it? And why did you say this? I didn't do this or whatever. They're gonna try to justify it when if it's somebody else, they're like, okay, this is what you did, this is your action plan to fix it, whatever, and they'll take it. But that's like bringing work home, and I hate bringing work home. Like I leave that out there. That so no, I don't think
that is kind of. I'm thinking about that. Ain't no
work
way in hell you gonna write me up at work and escape that. Time you come in the door, boy, I'll be like, hey, listen. Yeah, that'd be awkward as hell.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like when my ex-husband, I finally had told him, was like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna have to find a replacement for you. It was hard, but I mean, I'm thinking about the bigger picture. And like I said, that's work and I leave it out there, but then I come home and I cook dinner. You don't even want to eat. Now I know you hungry, but you don't want to eat because you just that mad. So you're going to go out and get you a pizza.
I hate that shit either. I got to clear my head.
I'm not eating nothing you cooking if you fire my ass.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm out of here.
I hate it. And
I'll let you know about it.
Hey, Mel.
You try to hug me, I'm going to let you know.
But no, that's exactly how he did me. I was trying to hug him or whatever. He was like, and I was like, for real? I'm like, it's business.
Turned away.
You fired my ass.
He gave me that side hug. That's what I'm talking about. That's gangster. He was like, off me.
He was like, just like this. No.
The side
hug. Like, what are you for?
Let me ask you guys real quick. So just say like you was dating somebody in the work, the same like department, whatever. Do you think y'all could kind of keep y'all composure? Because I never really thought about it until like you guys were saying like, there could be some interactions and stuff. Because I can't even imagine me and my wife working in the same department. Because I talk a lot of shit. I'm like, hey man, what color panties you got on?
Real like the more mature you are,
I'll fuck around and get both of us fired. What was that, Phil?
I think it depends on your maturity level. I think it could work.
I'm not mature at all.
It really well, I mean, depending on that, I think it could work. If you got a bunch of kids that are like 20, that shit ain't gonna happen. They're gonna be fired the first 2 weeks because they're gonna do some stupid shit. But I think it is. There's people in my job that have that. They're married. One's a fucking 15, one's a 12. But they're in completely different sections. When they see each other, it's very professional, and then they go home and do their thing. So it is possible, but I think it's the maturity level, to be honest.
Yeah, I couldn't work. I couldn't work with my woman because I would be thinking, my mind would be on work, and then it would be also on her, and then the fact that I have access to her during work, like it would just.
What do you mean access?
Level of, if we're in the same environment, like offsite, like yeah, I would just my head would be like.
You said printer room.
Is that what you're talking about? You already know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Easily distracted. Easily distracted.
Like, hey, can you help me get something from the car? Like, hey, yo, what's you?
Yeah.
Hey, nobody's here. I gotta show you something. Come here.
Is it you in the parking lot trying to
you help me with the boxes?
Yeah.
Let me ask
I got us pizza
in the parking lot.
Meat lovers.
Could y'all take that and then use that for later though? Could y'all use that build up and that like, ooh, I'm gonna get you later and not
gotta get it off right there. That's like delaying the performance.
No, Phil, to your point, delayed gratification. Because I ain't gonna lie. I do be texting my man sometimes when he at work and I be telling him like stuff, and then when he walk in the door, he's like, why you do that?
Because look, I'll walk past my girl and be like, you look real good in that damn dress. Ooh, just I'm gonna holler at you later. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna go and get out of here and get back to my job. It's just gonna make shit more exciting later on.
But see, tap Phil, on the shoulder and be like, hey, I gotta use the bathroom.
Look, get fired.
I'm gonna get us both fired.
Damn.
But I understand what Manic say because I like I said, I'm a bit like PDA. Like if you mind, like I just be wanting to touch you sometimes.
Not at the job though.
I'm talking about maybe I want to put my hand on your shoulder, and then somebody might be like, "Oh, she always put her hand on the shoulder,"
Yeah, I'm with Manic and Mel on that because I'm a big PDA person too. Like I always like touching the woman that I'm with. So if I'm working with my woman like that, and I'm not talking about like I'm trying to have sex with her in the bathroom. Like, we ain't doing all that. Like, they ain't about to hear none of that. This nah. So, but touching her, you know, like kissing her, you know, frequently, but my mind is gonna be on her because she's in my presence. You know, so my mind's not gonna be completely focused on work. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Somebody ain't gonna get a good haircut. I'm just tell you that right now.
And you better get that out your system tomorrow.
But you know, then too, like, so my man, like, if we going somewhere, like, and you know, my job, we be walking somewhere, he always reach his hand out behind him, like, no matter where we are, we can be in the house. If I walk behind me, he's gonna reach his hand out for me to grab it, and I'm gonna grab it. And we're gonna be at work, like, it's not gonna be in my mind to like, oh, we in work mode, we can't do that, because that's just something that he does. So it won't necessarily just all be on me, because it's things that we do. It's hard to shut off your heartstrings and what your heart pulling and be like, okay, we gotta be all the way professional now. That's especially once you go meet to meet, that's out the door. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So I'm the opposite. Like I'm not a big fan of PDA. I'm not gonna be in the office like touching her, making her feel like I'm just not a fan of PDA. So I'm gonna keep it like real professional, real business. But I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna be like unprofessional because she's, you know, my girl, and it's gonna just lead to bad circumstances. Like, I'll be like, you know, like, hey, I got something in my truck that I need help with. Like, when you take your lunch break, meet me here. Mm-hmm. I gotta show you something.
Like, I help you get it out your car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm more manic on there because that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm a shit talker, so that's what I'm saying.
Me too, man. And it's gonna be a distraction from the work. I mean, I'm gonna be back from break. Like, you know, I'm
taking long lunches.
Yeah, what about you? Lunches are gonna be extended.
What would you do, bro?
Is it what would I do?
Yeah, could you do that?
Well, would be like manic trying to get hand jobs and sip lattes in the parking lot.
I'm not talking about hand jobs. I'm going for the whole thing. But
trying to go for
amongst everybody, I'm not going to be like PDA. I'm not going to be all touchy. It's going to be super professional. But, you know, once we're alone, you know, it's going to be a different type of time. And I just wouldn't want that at the workplace because I'm trying to keep my head like focused on work.
No, I mean, have I done that before? Well, I did date a girl once though. I did date a girl once.
Sound like it ended badly.
But CLS. So I'm just saying, like, now in the current environment where you at, like, man, you working in the same environment with your chick. You think you could handle like that pressure? Because Phil, he's more mature, man. I can't do it. I can't even lie to you.
I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't do it now. In my 20s, it's a different story. But now, no, I wouldn't do it now.
Yeah, that would be hard. No. I could have pulled that off.
Mm-hmm. Ready to go sleep afterwards.
Because I'm gonna mess around and ask what you want for dinner tonight.
I'm trying to take a nap
afterwards.
Like,
it ain't gonna be. It won't be. I wouldn't be able to keep the secret because I'm gonna be like, babe, what we eating for dinner tonight? What you want me to cook? You know. And then somebody like over here, it ain't gonna be able to stay.
You better stop. You don't get you gonna go. Relax, calm down. Damn. You know the bus coming in. You better relax. Matter of fact, look, come on, real quick, come on, get up, it's gonna come on. Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck around and be putting in annual leave on days where I'm actually at work. Like I gotta leave 2 hours early.
Yeah,
and you putting some annual leave in too, so it's gonna be all type of bad. It's gonna fuck with the money, so I don't think it's a good idea. It's not for me.
You can't fuck up the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that definitely be hard, man. That's why I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm too immature on that shit. Mm-hmm. But all right, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into the next topic. So let me cue that up. So the next topic is I don't know if you guys seen that clip where the woman broke up with the guy and she got mad at his reaction. So let me cue that up real quick. We'll cover that. Give me 1 second. Let me know if y'all can. Hold on, let me turn on the volume.
Decided to move into another direction.
That's how you feel.
That's all you have to say. If that's how I feel, I'm gonna respect it.
You seem like
if that's all you have to say, that's good, and let's just let it go. You ain't trying to fight for nothing.
You seem like you've already made your decision.
It ain't about me already making a decision. You don't have a rebuttal.
You seem like you've already made your decision.
I wanted you to say something.
I'm
You're not
listening
saying
to you speak.
It's not time to listen. It's time to talk. All of the things you say, you want to be there. You're here for me. You're all about the future and everything. You didn't even fight for a second.
All right. So what y'all? I'll go to Jesse first on that clip. What's your take on that?
Man, my take on that is, man, this one got me. From what I see, I'll come up with the fact that she said that he's not fighting for the relationship, right? She didn't give him anything to fight for. For one, she ended it, and he respected the decision that she made. So shout out to this guy for his, holding it in, because you can see he had to gather himself for a minute. When he took that sip of water, he was pissed. He was like, "Man, fuck, I gotta respect it." So it's tough when somebody breaks up with you and you want to be with them, But if they tell you that they don't want to be with you, like, what is she to expect this man to do? Get on his knees, start crying, begging, like, and devaluing himself, or actually not respecting her decision? So, man, yeah, I give props to the dude for the way he handled it, but for her, it seemed like she just needs some healing, because if she's threatening a relationship for whatever their issues are that are going on, if she has come to him to make that decision, then she need to stand on that. Don't come back at him, with more, when he says, if that's how you feel, I respect it. There's nothing else to be said. So she needs some healing if she's going to throw out there, that she wants to break up, but really deep down she doesn't want to break up. So it just speaks to me of, like, her pain coming out to try to get a reaction out of this man. Maybe their relationship has been an emotional turmoil where you got one person checking out, or both people checking out emotionally, to where they can't work through their issues. But stand on the decision.
Okay. CLS, what's your take on that clip, man? What did you see?
So I guess she feeling some type of way because she feels like he's not fighting to be with her, to be in a relationship with her. It just seems like this. It's too short, man. It's kind of it's probably some more stuff we haven't seen. I feel like a bit longer. The clip was a little longer, so we could actually see what happened, like we could see the whole story. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything to fight for. I mean, like, what is he fighting for?
Yeah, I agree. All right, let me get Phil on there. Phil, based on that clip, what do you kind of think? Was she kind of tripping?
I don't even understand what the hell she said. What she said, and then because his response was not like, "No, please, oh no, don't leave me." It's like he was like, "All right, bet." It's like, what the hell did you want the man to say? Did you want him to beg for you to be like, "No, please don't leave me"? He was on some shit like, "All right, bet." He was probably hurt in that situation, but his immediate response was like, "Okay, cool. If that's what you want to do, then bet. But I'm not going to sit here and beg for you." So I don't think anything he did was wrong. The fact that she was trying to, like, come at him on some crazy shit just makes her fucking cynical. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just where I'm at with it.
She wanted Keith Sweat. She wanted him to beg like Keith Sweat.
Facts.
That's what she wanted. I ain't Keith Sweat.
All right, Mel. What was your take on that clip? What was your how you think she reacted?
So, first of all, they look like they're in their 30s at least. Some shit, it gets like, you come to a certain age where shit, you too old for certain shit. That was the dumbest thing ever. And that's the perfect example. Play stupid games, get stupid answers, fuck around and find out. When he took that sip, I ain't gonna lie, I laughed because it wasn't even no water in there. He was just trying to swallow them emotions because he probably did care about her. But my thing is, if you cared about somebody, why would you want them to humiliate themselves begging for you instead of coming to them and having clear conversation. Because you had like he said, you already got your mind made up. You didn't come to me like, let's talk about this, let's work through this. This is my issue. This is what I have a problem with. You came to me already with a decision in your mind that we already need to go our separate ways. And then, why you ain't say nothing back? You didn't bring me nothing to work with. You just said from the beginning, you had already said that I don't think this is gonna work or whatever she said. And then, we could just go our separate ways or whatever. You already made a decision. You didn't come to me with, let's talk about this. Let's work through this. This is my issue. Let's have a round table meeting or whatever, a one-on-one. You came to me already with an answer. You didn't ask me a question. You didn't give me a problem and let's solve it. You came to me with a decision. So I'm gonna respect your decision. And he did the right thing. But when he took that sip of water, though, it was funny because there was no water in there. He just had
he had a little swing of the
He had a taste. He had a taste. He just had a taste.
He had to do something.
That's all you need is a taste. That's all.
Man,
Just a taste.
but it's like you could see like, and then he probably would cry in the car. But I would never want anybody that I have a taste enough to care about, because like if I don't care about you, I ain't even got to tell you that we need to go our separate ways. I just stop answering the phone. You'll get it. But if I care about you, I'll tell you that we yeah. Like if I don't care about you, so that means you probably cared about him at some point. Why would I want you to humiliate yourself and be down on your knees, beg me, baby, please stay, baby, please stay? That's not solving nothing. That's me pretty much like making you a bitch. Like you know. Like, I'm trying to take away some of your pride. I would never do that to somebody I care about. So, that
is some boys and men shit right there. Down on bending knee type shit.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't even want that. I wouldn't even look at you the same if you did that. Like, if I come to you and I tell you we should go our separate ways and you start begging and shit, I don't even know if I take you back because I'm like, bro, like, don't do this to yourself. Because
he'll look desperate to you at that point. You be like, man, this dude weak.
If I come to a man the way he came to him,
please don't go.
I done already made up my mind, and then you doing all this begging. I done already made up my mind.
Okay, my Black Street, Black Street, right?
No, I don't think it's Black Street. What song is that?
That Don't Leave Me.
Tank.
Oh yeah, that one. Too. Yeah. It was the way he was singing.
Go ahead, hit that note for us, Phil.
I thought you said the Black. But you know that Black Street song though, right?
There it is.
But you do know that Black Street song, that Don't Leave Me Girl song, that Black Street song.
Yeah. I know which one you talking about.
Don't leave.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a remix.
I was funny, man, because I
that's what I thought.
Never recognized like how big that gulp was until Jesse pointed it out. Yeah, my man was like he was drinking some Tito's or something.
Hey, listen, like I laughed so hard.
Like a swig. Had a swig of Tito's at the bottom.
Man,
of the glass.
I had to mute my mic. I was laughing so hard because he was just like,
"Hey
man, there's nothing there." Yeah.
All right, Manic, what's your take on that whole scenario, that clip?
I mean, I agree with everything Mel said. She was spot on. I think what he drank was the last bit of his pride, and he was just like, I'm gonna suck this shit up and respect her decision, because she came to him with the decision. She said, "Hey, I thought about it, and it's not gonna work," and it shows how immature she is and how toxic she is, because she was not looking to end the relationship. She was looking to make him turn into a bitch, and to showcase her level of control over him and his emotions. And when he showed that he's actually in control of his emotions, it threw her completely off, to the point where she's like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to act like this, and it makes me believe that she has always dealt with lesser men, to the point where she knew exactly how he's supposed to react. Like, well, men that I usually mess with, they're going to get on their knees. Oh, girl, don't leave me, please. That's the type of dude she's used to. So she's now dealing with a mature man who understands that he respects women. He respects their ability to make decisions, and he has options. So he's not going to operate from a standpoint of scarcity. He's going to operate from a mindset of abundance. And not every woman is ready for a real man. And clearly she's not ready for that, because she didn't even understand she was acting, immature and very toxic in that situation. So I mean, my man, he drank air. That's a fact. Like, yeah. So I mean, he was caught off guard. Yeah. But that was him. Like, okay, all right. Well, you made your decision. I'm gonna respect that, and I'm gonna, go on about my merry way, and I'll find somebody else who will actually appreciate me. So he might have actually been tired of her shit too. So yeah, it's like she's all the red flags of, I think the women that these red pill guys kind of identify as the norm. So she definitely is not ready to deserve a man of his caliber for trying to play the stupid little games like that, as an adult. So I think she got exactly what she deserved. She got the reality check that, a man with an abundance mindset is not going to be begging at the knees because, he does got options. So it is what it is.
Hurt. That shit struck her soul.
Yeah. So,
all right, let me get my man Poppy, man. NY aficionado, a man of game. Poppy, what was your take on that clip? I know you, Poppy, don't be messing around.
Yo, how's everybody doing today?
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, what's up?
What up?
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Do you allow immigrants over here or what?
It don't matter, man. You
allow
good over here,
immigrants over
Poppy.
Immigrants? Yeah, we got you.
Yo, it's been a long time I haven't been over here, man. Y'all light skinned people, man. Y'all don't be fucking with your boy no more, man. I don't know. Yo, but the video, man, it come down to this, bro. Women, they don't even know what they want themselves, bro. So why even pay attention to what the fuck they said, right? Because in one hand, they ask you to be nice and flowers and you open the doors and all this bullshit. But I promise you, I'm willing to bet money on this. The niggas that doing all that shit, they ain't getting no pussy, game. I promise you that. They tell you they want a nice guy, but always, who always end up getting them draws? The nigga that they got under their phone ain't shit nigga. That's the nigga that always end up fucking. Listen, you want to be in her phone as the ain't shit nigga. He's the one that is hitting that. The niggas that be good trying to do the right thing, man, that shit ain't gonna take you nowhere, my nigga. She just wanna friend zone your ass, my nigga. You the one who gotta hear all her bullshit. What she going through with her other boyfriend? You the bestie. You the bestie, my nigga. And now I want to know why they put all this shit on social media nowadays, bro. Like, what's the point? Like, now you live in your relationship on social media nowadays.
It's a dating show. That's a clip from a dating show.
Well, what's the name of that dating show?
Oh, it was a dating show.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dating show.
You have to check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they on like season 4, man. Like,
but no,
they are.
She gonna want that nice guy. Once her pussy got all that mileage on it, she gonna want that nice guy later in life.
Yeah, I agree with everybody because I think Poppy got a good point too. I think a lot of people, man, it's like not to a certain degree, because it's like if you want a good guy, man, you gotta, and you was kind of hitting on it too, Mel. Like, you can't play certain games. Like you said, you should have came to that person and been like, look, let's talk this out. Let's have that conversation. But it's almost like she was kind of playing a game. So like I like what Mannequin was kind of breaking down too, where it's almost like she just came at him like, okay, he's gonna cave, he's gonna do this. Like, she had this like played out in her mind, like how it was gonna go. And then when that dude gave her that reaction, like, you know what, okay, that's when she kind of like started begging him back. My man was like the Black James Bond. He wasn't having it. He was like, hey, I'm good. I'm about to be back in these streets. He was probably like, look, he was probably putting up his eHarmony page, like, oh shit, well, let me get
see me back in the streets.
But, I mean,
he seemed like a cool dude though.
But like what Medical's saying, it's like it's a level of maturity you have to get to, because for me, and I can only speak for me, I know, and I think that goes on both ends of the spectrum. Like, a woman that knows her worth and is mature and is like doing, like taking care of things or whatever, she not gonna be letting Ray fuck on her. Like, she don't have time for that. Like, I like for you to bring me flowers. I like for you to do nice things for me. I like for you to remember things that like little things. I like that stuff. I do not want to be fucking with somebody that's gonna be just here. Cause I mean, it's meat everywhere. Like, let's be honest. I can go outside. If it's that, I don't just want that. Like, my ex-husband saved in my phone the kid's dad, aka fuck nigga. I would never fuck that nigga again. I don't even like being around him.
Poppy, is that true?
I told you. I told you, nigga.
But I've never like, but the guy that I dated after him, his name is regular. The guy that I dated after my ex-husband, I dated a year and a half. His name is still in there regular, so I know who it is. Like it, but the thing is, he no longer has access to me, and I think it goes a lot to say like what type of women you're dealing with, and because if a woman is like how we talk about men being on their shit, if a woman on her shit, everybody not gonna have access to her, and that is highly 100% a choice. That's just something that they want to do. And a lot of people think like, oh, I got niggas too or whatever. I don't want niggas. I want one nigga. I want my one nigga. That's the only nigga I want. I don't want nobody else. And nobody else will have access to me like he has access to me. I do nice things for him. He does nice things for me. I take care of him. He takes care of me. That's how we work. If I have an issue, even if I have a bad day or something going on at school, he can tell and he'd be like, what's going on? And I'd be like, oh, it's nothing. When I come home, when he get here or when he come by, whatever, he want to sit me down. Okay, tell me what's going on. It might not even be nothing he did, but he knows. And so I just feel like he, at some point, the guy in the clip, he probably already picked up on her controlling and stuff. That's why, like, he probably did care for her in the beginning, but start pulling back. But then when she cut it loose, like, all right, cool. Because he probably already knew in his mind it wasn't gonna go nowhere. Because just like we always talk about red flags, sometimes you're green at first, but then it started turning red, and then you start seeing it. So I mean, it is what it is. He probably already knew because because it probably was an issue or something little before, because this wasn't something that just like she just woke up, oh, we're done. It probably was other little things, and he probably just shrugged it off, or she shrugged it off, or whatever. But you can always sense when it's something, when you messing with somebody or talking to somebody and it's something going on. You can sense it. But it's if you care or not to even sit down and have the conversation. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, I agree. I like what Phil said earlier too, where he was just like, man, the fact that it's like you want somebody to fight for you, and you take that approach with him. That's the part what confused me when I first seen that clip. I'm like, how are you gonna get mad because he don't want to act out? You know what I'm saying? He's all calm, got the calm demeanor and stuff. So it's like, man, you should have begged that guy back after his his like response to what you was doing, because he didn't act up. He wasn't like, you know what, fuck you, B, and stuff like that. So he wasn't cussing her out. He was just like, hey, all right, I'm gonna respect what you want. I'm gonna move forward. So I mean,
because he wasn't fucking being argumentative, she was like, nah, I need an argument. He was like, nah, I'm just trying to chill. But because I guarantee if he'd argue back, she'd have responded. But because he didn't, she didn't fuck with that shit.
But she didn't come to him with the fight. And if she had any ounce of wanting that relationship, I'm gonna come to you in a fight. And when I say with a fight, not an argument, like, babe, we have to talk this out. We have to fix this. That's the kind of fight I'm not.
But y'all know what?
These are the issues.
I might have to give Poppy some props, because y'all think if he would have cussed her out, she would have been up there like moist. Her back would have probably been, oh shit. She probably would have been ready though. It seemed like she wanted that type of interaction, man. So that might be.
Yeah, she wouldn't have got it from me either.
I yell at these kids enough on a daily basis at this high school, this school. I'm not about to be yelling at the person that I care about. Now I want to spend the rest of my life with. I'm not gonna do it. We gonna talk. If we can't talk, then we gonna take a time out, and we gonna come back to it. But nah.
Because I don't like to fight and argue either. I mean, her mind was already made up.
Yeah.
I don't think it was made up though, man. I think she just wanted a reaction. Like I want to see if this dude is.
But why test that
she
though?
Did want a reaction.
But why would you test that though? Like, oh, I'm gonna say
because she's immature.
This speaks to immaturity. This is a clear example of immaturity, because if you go into a situation to just to tell somebody that you want to break up with them, but you really don't because you want to get a reaction. You want to see how they're going to respond. You're using manipulation tactics to try to figure out what you want. So you're not being honest with that person if you're using manipulation tactics or being authentic, because that's not what you really want. You want
she was trying to put a steering wheel in his back.
Yeah, she tried to put a Energizer bunny in his back.
Put the battery in his back.
Look crazy, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So, yeah.
Which kind of showcases his masculinity because he's able to stay in his frame.
Yeah, stay in your frame, man. Like, and not be led with your emotions. But I would say this to all the people out there that and this is just specifically to the people out there that want to be with the person that they're with, but use this tactic to try to figure out if they want them or not. Just stop. Do some counseling, do some inner work, figure out what makes you so scared to be vulnerable and be your authentic self and show up and just be honest with that person. Try to have a conversation.
Yeah, I agree, man. If you got a good person, you better weigh them options. Like, but you better go talk to your homegirls. I got some bad relationships and be like, oh hell nah, let me go back home and shut the hell up. Like,
because I be listening to some of my homegirls and I just be like, damn, I got mad at him for leaving the fan on in the bathroom when he left. Like, I told him, I was like, I done told you about leaving the fan on here when you get done with the shower. And I was just like, I'm gonna go buy him something nice.
I mean, do you leave the toilet seat up too, and you fall in?
No, he don't.
Okay.
It's just a fan.
You didn't take a dip?
Now, he put the fan on, and he turned out the lights when he leave the fan on.
He might have took a boo boo in there and it stink.
No, but not in the toilet closet. Not in the toilet closet. The actual bathroom where the shower is.
Oh,
He'll turn on the fan and take a shower, and I'm like, you can just open the door at this point. Like, it'll go away, but he always leave it on. And like, I'll come home and I'm hearing something, and he didn't left the fan on.
Maybe he's nervous of you. Maybe he's like, man, I gotta close this door and do this stuff because you might be on him like a piece of meat. You might be treating him like he's a piece of meat out here, man. He might need that separation a little bit. You might be jumping his bones. He's like, look, I can't take this.
You might be right because we don't live together. So
that's what he's like. He's like, shit, I'm wore out. I'm tired. Like, he's like, look, let me close this door and put this fan on and shit. I need a breather out this joint. Mel, get that brother a break. But when you do kind of like you come at him, Mel, you big at like addressing the situation and talking it out versus playing these games and stuff. So you think, because I mean she looked like she was a little up there in age too. So yeah, that's why I was kind of shocked when I saw the video.
At least 30. Yeah. You at least like midlife. Like it's too I can't, because my thing is you have to actually think about how to play these games. I got enough going on up here. I'm dealing with all these people's kids. I'm dealing with administrators. I'm dealing with referees. I'm dealing with schedules. And then I got my own kids, and they got travel ball. They just finished soccer, went right into basketball. They playing in 2 leagues, 2 rec leagues, and they got AAU. I got enough shit going up on here instead of thinking about, how can I manipulate him today? That's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to make sure I get everything at the grocery store that I need when I go there. Now I'm thinking about, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see what he say.
She ain't got no business arguing at 47 years old. None.
Yeah.
Her ass gonna be happy she got a man, a good one too.
Right. But she wants somebody to knock her head between the washer and dryer. She probably used to that shit. I ain't got time. I'm telling you, I don't have time.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. When you start looking at some of this stuff and we be covering it's almost to the point where I'm like, man, I think certain people need a level of, I'll say, drama and negativity in their life. Like, that's the only way they could function. Because it seemed like she was just trying to pull it out of him. But yeah, my boy was like,
addicted to it.
That's immature people, bro. Like, that's there are people I know that are in their 50s that still act like that, and I don't know what the hell they expect. I really fucking don't. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the maturity level, you would think will level out at a certain age, but even certain people at a certain age. But I think it's also based off the upbringing too. If she's used to that shit, she's used to toxicity, she's gonna stay with toxicity. And if you find a good man, that's how you fuck it up. If you find a good woman, that's how you fuck it up. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
all right, we'll go ahead and.
At some point, you got to choose different for yourself too, though. Like you can't. You at a certain age, I feel like you can't be like, oh well, this is what I grew up. This is how it was in my house. Okay, you grown now. You got your own house. You got a job. You might have kids. When is it gonna stop? Like my kids, like will never see me like argue. I think it was like maybe one argument I ever had in front of my son, and then like, but if we have a disagreement, we gonna talk behind closed doors. We're not gonna argue in front of him. Like if we disagree about something, like do this way, no, do it that way. We always in the calm tone, we in the calm voice. But I grew up in a chaotic household. My dad used to put his hands on my mom. They was fighting all the time. I didn't want my kids to see that. And my mom, even to this day, I promise you, and I be telling her about this all the time. She don't know how to talk regular. Her regular voice is a yelling voice to me, and I just be like, Mom, you loud, just calm down. Even when she came to visit me. She started moving stuff around in my house. I was like, Mom, I was like, flag on the play. This is my house. This is where me and my kids are. This is how we do stuff. Well, you should do this, you should do that. You don't live here. You're visiting, okay? Don't touch nothing else in my house. And then she just started loud talking to me. I was like, you better calm it down. We don't talk loud in this house. Calm down. And then
you ever cussed her out?
I'm your mama. Oh, hell no, I never my mama out. She's still black.
That's what
I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
Right. But I just said that, like, but she just always does that. And I'm just like, Mom, like, when you gonna start doing this? I'm like, you're gonna be 60 in a minute. I'm like, you got to like just calm down. And she's just like, well, that's how I talk. I'm like, you gotta stop. I was like, you just gotta stop. I was like, you're gonna give me a headache. Because she's sitting right. And then when I go visit my relatives, I swear to God, me and my granny, we sitting like this. We all sitting in the same place. Everybody yelling, and me and my granny looking at each other like this. And I'm looking around. I'm like,
so you don't take advice from your mama?
Huh?
You don't take any advice from your mommy?
She can't give me no advice.
Oh, because you say you like when she come to your house, you don't listen to her for nothing. So I was assuming that she was trying to give you advice how to do things.
What she know how to do? See, you don't know my mama. That's how I look. She don't.
I was just asking because whatever my mom.
The kids had a tent. The kids had a tent in the living room, and that's like they'll sit in the tent and they'll watch like they had a movie night. And she put it outside. I'm like, that's not an outside tent. That's the inside tent for their movie night.
Oh yeah.
But that is what they do. That's their movie night tent. They put it there.
Yeah,
like, I brought it back. I said, don't move their stuff a certain way. They know when to put it up. They know how to put it up. And then when I had them doing chores, she was like, oh no, they just kids. They gotta learn. I'm not cleaning up behind them. They gonna have to clean up behind themselves. They get up, they make their bed. Right. You know, he take the trash out. They know to put their plates up and stuff. And she's babying them. I'm like, we don't do that here. So I mean, I don't know what other advice I'm about. She couldn't cook when we was growing up. She said she can cook now, but I'm not gonna eat it because I had to suffer through that when I was a kid. She don't help. But y'all laughing, this all stuff I told her. Like, because when she's like, oh, she'll be like, I cooked this today. I'm like, I wouldn't trust it. Like, and she knows this. My dad used to always cook.
I dated a girl once.
She don't help me here. Like, she said, I'm gonna come here. She's like, I'll help you out a little bit. She ain't do nothing. I cooked all the meals. I washed all the dishes. I swept all the floors. I did all the laundry. She ain't help me at all. So she really came for nothing. Because I had surgery. That's why she came. Yeah, I would have been better by myself. At least I would have had for life.
CLS, what was you saying though?
No, I'm just gonna add on to what she was saying. It's just saying, yeah, she didn't really contribute anything to the household when she was trying to run stuff, kind of sort of trying to tell her what to do and stuff like that, trying to order her around. And no, I was just saying.
I mean, but you earn your right, man. When you hit a certain age, man. When my son he have kids, I'm gonna show up and not do shit and just boss everybody around.
Yeah, but I don't like her moving stuff because my mind already mad. Like, don't like it's certain things, and then when you try to baby the kids and they know what they're supposed to do, I don't want them to be like,
you gotta go. You're not down for the change.
Yeah,
in the atmosphere, you're not down for the change and the bad habit. You know, like, I can't allow you to continue. So I feel you. Kudos to you, Mel, for standing up, because a lot of people don't stand up to their parents and then just let their parents continue to dictate the same toxic level of communication. Because who are you to another adult to tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that? Like, nobody wants to be bossed around as an adult.
Yeah, because she told me my son was getting ready to take the trash out. Melanie, you could take it out, and I was like, so can Kingston. He know exactly how to take it out. That's his job. He know that, and he told me, my son even said, he said, Grandmama, I'm doing my chores. He already know that's his job. He know he's supposed to do that. Don't come in here. You could do that. He got
but I disagree, bro, because when you under your parents' roof, you're gonna get bossed around, fam. That is what's gonna happen, bro. I don't care if you are 7, 17, or 27. If you are under their roof, they're gonna boss you around whether you like it or not. So I don't. I agree with the whole standing up to your parents.
But she was under my roof.
But she was under her roof, though. She was under her roof
in her house and tell you how to do things.
Your house is my house.
Yeah.
And you can't. And you can't cook, dude. I dated a girl once, and she used to cook all the meals for her mom because her mom couldn't cook, man. Her mom would burn the house down making a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I gonna say that. Yeah, my mom, like, when we was growing up, she say she can cook now.
Yeah.
Like I say, I still like I'm telling you, she couldn't even cook rice when we was growing up. Where I've never had sticky rice that wasn't supposed to.
So how you ate?
It was like blue. I just
she probably learned how to cook. Learn how to cook herself. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, Poppy, let me ask you, because I heard you on the live like the other day. You was talking about like your family dynamics. So even your mom, like today, was she still like kind of boss you around a little bit? You let that go because it's mom's?
Yes. Listen, I pay her bill. I pay her mortgage, not the entire bill, but I pay her mortgage, and she still boss me around, and I love every minute of it because she don't tell me too much to
do. I can boss you around if you want to pay mine.
Look at
absolutely not.
Poppy, the voice of the streets. Poppy said he ain't falling for none of that.
Yeah, mama is mama, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's my baby. My woman is completely different.
I respect, but see, that's the thing. It's not that I don't respect her. It's just at the same token, I feel like I deserve some respect too. I'm somebody's mother as well. So for you to come in and like just totally disregard the dynamic that I set up and how I do things in my house, I feel disrespected. Like I raise those kids, I birth those kids, I pay all.
But you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Mama and daughter, sisters, they always got this rivalry with each other. That's what it is, man. Because you see, for me, it's very easy to say, hey, my mama called me right now and want to boss me around. She want me to do something for her. I ain't got no problem doing it. That's my mama. You see what I'm saying?
I don't have a problem with that either.
But growing up, I noticed those dynamics that women bump heads with another women. So it don't matter if that's their mama or their sisters, yo. That's some crazy shit to see. Like, I'm pretty sure every man over here will agree with me. Like, if their mama call them right now, they would drop everything they do to go assist their mama. Am I right or wrong?
Facts.
I would.
You see what
it depends.
See,
it depends.
I would too, but it depends.
I wouldn't. It depends if it's a real live emergency.
No, I will. I ain't gonna sit over here and lie to you. Like, I don't have no problem admitting that. Like, I would do whatever she asked me to do, right? And also applies in reverse. Nobody's attached more to their father than a little girl. You see what I'm saying? A little girl is always gonna be attached to their father, and she always pretty much. That's probably beside her husband or her boyfriend, whatever, baby daddy. That's the only other nigga that would listen to their father, if the nigga around, of course. If he was a good dad.
I was gonna say I done had to check my dad before. See, this is the thing. It's not that I'm specifically like I'm just on my mom. I'm a certain way and I do things a certain way. Me and my dad, we had gotten to a little tense a little bit because he was when he was smoking when I was pregnant with my son. I told him, like, when Kingston come down, I'm like, Dad, you need to kind of make a decision. I'm not gonna bring him over here and you be smoking or whatever. And then if you do smoke, you're gonna have to wash your hands, change your shirt before you even hold him, whatever. And then I saw him holding my son. I knew he had just smoked a cigarette. I politely went over to my dad. I got my son, and I didn't say nothing to him. I just walked away, and we talked about it later. My thing is, if I have things set a certain way, and this is how I'm choosing to raise my kids, you have to respect that. And it's not that I'm being disrespectful to you. I would never be disrespectful to you. But just the way that my household runs, you're here for, I think she stayed almost 3 weeks. In those 3 weeks, it could have really torn down a lot of things that I built and put into place because she's want to do things a certain way. Because my kids, like when she came down, Kingston was 6, baby girl was 3. These are like formative years, and I'm putting stuff into place. You don't come and just be like, okay, grandma here, fuck everything, throw everything out the window. It don't work like that.
She's undermining your authority.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and like I said, this is and it's not like I'm just talking shit on here. These are conversations that I've actually had because what I saw growing up and how all the stuff that I went through, I don't want that for my kids. I don't want them to not be there. And then I look at some of my siblings. Some of them can't cook. Some of the boys, like they don't take out the trash and stuff like that. That for me, that's an expectation. Like if Kingston don't take out the trash, then they take out the trash. I don't take out no trash.
Why not?
What I got? I cook, I clean, I do laundry, I work.
Yeah.
So you bossing you bossing baby boy around there, right?
Teaching him to be responsible, bro.
You see, I got you there.
Baby boy. It's not bossing him around. It's teaching him responsibility.
Yeah.
And he's a kid. I'm gonna make decisions for him for a while. So if I'm telling you, like Kingston, this is your chores, I was like, you gotta take the trash out. And
so that's all kids though in the crib though that are gonna have chores across the board.
Yeah, bro. Boys in the Hood, bro. Lawrence Fishburne. Go watch it. Go watch it. Then he had Trey doing all that shit, raking leaves, taking out the trash.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
The only thing he didn't have to do, Trey doing was paying the bills. Shit. Trey.
He's like, dude, I'm paying the bills. I'm putting food on the table, putting clothes on your back.
Yeah.
And Kingston gets whatever. He get his couple dollars. It ain't like I'm just telling him you do this because I do that. He get his couple dollars because you like I'm teaching him already work dynamics. You do the work, you get rewarded your paycheck or whatever little game, whatever little stuff they be playing Roblox and whatever that shit is. So
no, that's actually pretty
good.
You
want to buy me a PlayStation 5?
Fortnite? Is it Fortnite? Roblox?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Mel, you want to buy me a PlayStation 5?
I actually got one in the closet.
Can I get
it? Poppy said he'd get that for you for like $20.
I need to go.
But all right, we'll go ahead. We're gonna close this down now. So we'll go around and we'll get. Let me start with Poppy, man. Thanks for coming up and hitting the chat up, Poppy. So when you gonna start your channel back up, man? I was missing those legal breakdowns that you was doing, man.
Whenever you two start giving me between 20 and 30,000 a month, like this car business does, fuck that channel,
I got you.
man.
Yeah, nah, I'm feeling you on that.
I got to tap on that channel right there.
Get that, bro. Yeah.
I was making like $150, $200. Fuck that, nigga. I just can fleet a couple cars, nigga. I make a couple thousand a day right there, man. Fuck
I feel
that,
you.
but,
Hey, but
I got it. Fucking. I'm probably gonna start next year, but I'm probably gonna do like just a couple live stream per week, man. Something like no more than 2 hours because I'm trying to grow my business to the next level. So that takes most of my time with my kids.
Right?
What you say?
Next year is in 2 weeks. You know that, right?
I can hear you, baby.
I said next year is in 2 weeks. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, you want to pray for me?
Pray for you?
Yeah, next year. What's your wishes for me for next year?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
He said,
what are you going to be your wishes for me for next year in 2 weeks?
What are your wishes for Poppy next year?
Oh, wishes.
Yeah, what are your wishes?
I promise I thought he was saying waitress. I was just like, I get lost.
Yo, can y'all hear me? I'm driving. That's where you're gonna.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right.
No, I want your business to grow, and I want you to teach me your business, and so you can start mentoring people. That's my wishes for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna manifest for you to send me that PlayStation 5.
I think you can my son had already seen it, so I think you can hang that up.
Damn, man.
Oh man.
If you at right, I'll be a stepdaddy though. If you at right, but I don't know. You got a mouth on you. I don't know about you, girl.
Oh no, not with my spouse. Like that's why I say I'm a totally different person with my mate. That's why I can never work with my mate.
I'm pulling up then. Man, I pulling up, man. DM me a flight ticket real quick. I pull up on you. Hey, I just play. Yo, listen, man. Yo, man, yeah, Jared, my nigga. Yo, I fuck with y'all niggas, man. Hey, for the other two homies, hey, nice to meet you. Mel, baby,
Nice to meet
we got to
you.
catch
Appreciate
up
you
for the
coming
PlayStation 5, man. I still want that. Hey, y'all have a good night, all right?
All right.
Hey, you too, Poppy. Let us know when you get the channel up and running, man. We know you doing your business thing, but man, I definitely,
Yeah,
like
yes,
I
sir.
said, I like your breakdowns, man. So
Yeah, yes, sir, man. Young Thug, bro. I'm probably gonna start with Young Thug when that nigga go back to trial again or something.
okay, all right, no doubt. Let me know, but we will definitely post that out there. All right, man. Take it easy. But all right, Mel, where can we find you out? Any part of words of wisdom? You was dropping some gems today, Mel. Welcome back. We missed you.
Yeah, I ain't got sick. I ain't sick since I asked my mom the last time I got sick. She was like probably about 1997. But she ain't lying. I don't never get sick, so I was miserable.
97?
Yeah, I don't get sick. So yeah. But
I graduated high school that year with a 2.3 grade point average. But I'll continue.
I'm just laughing at the day you said you graduated high school that year.
Yeah, I did.
No, just communicate, and just at some point you have to decide what type of person you're gonna be. And honestly, it's an easy decision. It's easy to be a good person. It takes more work to be an asshole. Period. So
You think so? It just comes so naturally to me. It's not hard work, Mel. I think you're underestimating the. But all right, CLS. Part words.
I don't have any parting words, but so if you want to, I said you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, IG. This is CLS.
All right. And he's been dropping some videos, man. He's pretty persistent on there. Check out his page. It's tagged to our main page. You know, he's opinionated, so he's underneath there. So please go and, support him on that. All right, Jesse.
Oh, man, shoot. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Jesse the Barber. You can also find me at Kingdom Barber Lounge. Come get a fresh fade. I'm in Salem Fields Shopping Center. Parting words, man. I would say everybody, Merry Christmas to you guys, and catch you next time.
All right, Jesse, you gonna be good by Friday. You kind of threw some shots, like you gonna mess up some heads, man. So
Hey, look, there is no potential at the shop. We ain't gotta worry about that. And if there was, I ain't looking for it.
All right, the manic genius got the beige turtleneck on. You was eating Pop-Tarts.
I got some wings once this live ends.
Oh, okay. You got some wings. Where'd you get them from?
I think I got them from that. I think it's a new spot in Fredericksburg near like the Cold Stone. I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
the hot chicken place. One of those.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
hot chicken.
Yeah, that's fire.
Over there.
Was that?
But yeah, I saw you like sucking your fingers and shit. So
I can't hear you. Say it one more time.
I said the one with all them damn kids over there.
Yeah.
You can be spitting spitballs at you.
Yeah, but you can find me here on Manic Sophistication always, and on IG at the Manic Genius. The parting words I have are that child tax that's a terrible idea, and don't sleep with your coworkers. It just doesn't end well.
Yeah, bad for business.
Definitely.
All right. Parting words for me. Sleep with your coworkers. You never know what it could become. It could become your like next marriage. It could become a relationship. You know, I'm always going to give some bad advice, but
I would say terrible advice.
Yeah, future divorce. All right.
I will say that divorce.
Nah, don't do it. Leave that stuff alone. Like, focus on the future. But
you sound like the
listen to what like Erica and Mel was saying. Like, if you do want to go down that path, you go to another department, talk to HR. You know, because it does happen. Parent tax, full support. I don't know what Manic's talking about. He's just trying to like avoid the tax. So that's what I'm getting from him. So, but thanks for everybody for supporting and pulling up Travel One, talking to kinfolk. Can I get some podcasts? I see Mel was hitting the chat. Amazing. My man Poppy came and blessed us. M3. We got our show on Saturday, you know, movie reviews on Thursday. So just keep tuning in and, you know, we're going to keep dropping content. But all right, we'll let y'all go. Peace.
Sit down, buddy.